Welcome to Streaming News Network, where we deliver balanced reporting with the facts that matter. The Evening Edition by Claude McDaniel. Please like and subscribe.
This is Claude McDaniel with Streaming News Network. A reported shoplifting incident in Houston, Texas, ended in tragedy Thursday night when two teenage girls were killed while attempting to cross a busy freeway during a police pursuit. According to investigators, officers responded to a report of a shoplifting incident at a clothing store on Westheimer Road. Police later located a vehicle believed to be connected to the case and attempted a traffic stop. The driver allegedly refused to stop, leading officers on a pursuit. Authorities say the sport utility vehicle eventually collided with another vehicle near the interchange with Interstate 45. After the crash, all four female occupants exited the vehicle and ran across the freeway on foot. Police say the group successfully crossed the northbound lanes, but while attempting to cross the southbound lanes, two girls, ages 15 and 16, were struck by passing vehicles and were pronounced dead at the scene. The drivers involved remained at the location and showed no signs of impairment, according to investigators. A 30-year-old woman was arrested on a charge of evading arrest on foot, while another 16-year-old girl was referred to juvenile authorities on a similar allegation. The investigation into the incident remains ongoing. This is Claude McDaniel with Streaming News Network. A dispute over a first-class seat aboard an American Airlines flight from New York City to Los Angeles has gone viral after a passenger claimed another traveler refused to leave his assigned seat. Justin Escalona says he had been upgraded to first class through his airline loyalty status when another passenger woke him and asked to switch seats because hers reportedly would not recline. According to Escalona, he declined the request, saying the woman then sat in his assigned seat and refused to move. He alleges she argued that because he had received a complimentary upgrade rather than purchasing the seat outright, he should give it up. Escalona maintained that his boarding pass clearly showed the seat assignment was his. In a video shared on social media, he is seen asking the woman to leave his seat while reminding her that the delay was holding up the flight. The woman eventually gathered her belongings and moved to her assigned seat, allowing boarding to continue. No injuries or arrests were reported, and American Airlines has not publicly commented on the incident. The video has since drawn millions of views online, fueling discussion about airline etiquette, passenger conduct, and how seating disputes should be handled. This is Claude McDaniel for Streaming News Network. A dispute between New Jersey state officials and the United States Department of Justice is drawing national attention after the state declined to provide information requested in an investigation involving voter registration records. Governor Mikey Sherrill confirmed earlier this week that nearly 6,600 non-citizens were mistakenly added to New Jersey's voter registration rolls because of what state officials describe as a software-related error involving the Motor Vehicle Commission. Officials also reported that approximately 400 ballots were cast by individuals identified during the review. The Department of Justice requested identifying information related to those registrations as part of its election integrity investigation, stating that protecting the voting rights of United States citizens is a priority. Governor Sherrill said the state would not release the requested personal information, expressing concern that the data could be misused by the federal government. State officials have attributed the registration error to issues involving voter registration processing, while the software vendor has disputed that claim, saying the problem stemmed from how the state's data was handled rather than a flaw in its software. The issue has renewed debate in Washington over election security and has prompted renewed calls from some lawmakers to advance the Safeguard American Voter Eligibility Act, commonly known as the SAVE Act, which would establish stricter voter identification and citizenship verification requirements. The Department of Justice's investigation and related legal proceedings remain ongoing. This is Claude McDaniel for Streaming News Network. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky has publicly denied allegations of drug use during an interview with American political commentator Laura Loomer. During the interview, Zelensky dismissed claims circulating on social media and among some political commentators that he has used illegal drugs. He also rejected allegations that he used cocaine with French President Emmanuel Macron, calling the accusations false. The discussion also touched on statements made by Zelensky's former press secretary, Yulia Mendel, who has previously made a series of allegations against the Ukrainian president and other senior officials. Those claims have included accusations of drug use, financial misconduct, and other assertions that have received widespread attention online. Zelensky rejected those accusations and said he does not follow interviews or commentary from individuals he believes do not provide reliable information. He stated that he prefers to focus on what he considers credible sources. The allegations made by Mendel and other commentators have not been independently verified, and no public evidence has been presented to substantiate claims of illegal drug use by President Zelensky. The exchange highlights the continuing information battle surrounding the war in Ukraine, where competing narratives and unverified claims frequently circulate across social media and political platforms. This is Claude McDaniel for Streaming News Network. Former Missouri Representative Cori Bush is facing increased scrutiny over a nonprofit organization she promoted following severe tornadoes in the St. Louis area. According to published reports, Bush described Politivist Power as a tax-exempt social welfare organization while asking supporters to contribute to tornado relief efforts. However, questions have arisen because no publicly available Internal Revenue Service records appear to show the organization received federal tax-exempt recognition. Additional reports indicate the organization was registered in Delaware as an exempt corporation and listed on a Democratic fundraising platform under a designation typically reserved for tax-exempt organizations. Missouri Attorney General Catherine Hanaway has announced an investigation into whether donations intended for tornado relief were used appropriately. Her office says the inquiry was prompted by reports from local media alleging that some contributions may have been diverted to political activities. Officials emphasize that the investigation is ongoing and that no conclusions have been reached. Former Representative Bush has not publicly responded to questions regarding the nonprofit's registration or fundraising activities. She has not been charged with any crime, and authorities have not alleged criminal wrongdoing at this stage. The investigation remains active as state officials continue reviewing the facts. This is Claude McDaniel of Streaming News Network. Authorities in western Michigan are investigating the deaths of 8 members of the same family after a suspicious house fire in Grand Haven Township. Emergency crews responded to reports of a residential fire shortly before noon on Friday. After entering the home, investigators discovered the bodies of 8 people, including 6 children between the ages of 5 and 15. The Ottawa County Sheriff's Office says some of the victims had gunshot wounds, though officials have not disclosed how many or determined the official cause of death for each victim. Investigators also believe the fire may have been intentionally set. Because of that, arson investigators with the Michigan State Police have joined the investigation. Officials noted that the fire caused only limited damage to the home, adding to the complexity of the case. Authorities say they are not currently searching for any outside suspects and believe everyone who lived in the home died during the incident. Investigators are continuing to piece together the sequence of events and have not yet released the identities of the victims. The investigation remains active as officials work to determine exactly what happened. This is Claude McDaniel with Streaming News Network. Representative Ilhan Omar of Minnesota is facing renewed scrutiny over campaign donations connected to individuals later convicted in the massive Feeding Our Future fraud case and the location of her congressional district office. According to published reports, Omar's Minneapolis district office is located within the Sabbathani Community Center, a nonprofit organization that provides community services. The center also received a portion of campaign funds that Omar redirected after learning that 2 donors had been identified in the federal Feeding Our Future investigation. The 2 individuals later pleaded guilty to federal wire fraud and money laundering charges connected to the pandemic-era fraud scheme involving child nutrition reimbursements. Omar previously donated a total of $5,400, matching the amount received from those donors, to 3 local food organizations, including the Sabbathani Community Center. Minnesota lawmakers investigating the Feeding Our Future case have also raised questions about legislation Omar supported during the coronavirus pandemic that expanded eligibility for certain meal reimbursement programs. Omar has denied any wrongdoing and has not been charged with any crime. It is important to note that the Sabbathani Community Center has not been accused of criminal wrongdoing and has not been identified by authorities as being involved in the Feeding Our Future fraud investigation. The broader federal investigation into the Feeding Our Future case has resulted in numerous convictions and remains one of the largest pandemic-related fraud prosecutions in United States history. This is Claude McDaniel with Streaming News Network. A solo traveler is sharing a late-night hotel experience that has attracted widespread attention on social media and renewed conversations about hotel safety. Sarah, a content creator who documents her travels online, says she was awakened by repeated calls to her hotel room phone late at night. After ignoring the first call, she says she was startled by a knock at her door just before midnight. According to Sarah, a person identifying themselves as a front desk employee asked whether she had called for help. She told the employee she had not, and the individual apologized before leaving. A short time later, Sarah says the room phone rang again. This time she answered, but no one responded on the other end. The following morning, she says hotel staff initially found no record of the calls or the visit. After reviewing the situation, management reportedly concluded the incident may have resulted from a maintenance request that mistakenly remained on an internal service list, prompting an overnight employee to follow up. Sarah says she accepted the explanation but still believes the timing was inappropriate, especially for someone traveling alone. The hotel reportedly provided a partial refund, and Sarah says she plans to notify the company's corporate office and include the experience in an online review. The incident has prompted online discussion about hotel procedures and personal safety, though no evidence has emerged suggesting criminal activity occurred. This is Claude McDaniel with Streaming News Network. Television personality and cookbook author Katie Lee Biegel is sharing details of an uncomfortable celebrity encounter she says took place during her marriage to musician Billy Joel. Speaking on her podcast, Biegel recalled hosting a summer keg party at a home that she and Joel planned to demolish. She described the gathering as a star-studded event with friends and well-known guests. According to Biegel, she approached actor Chevy Chase and his wife while carrying a tray of gelatin shots and offered them to the couple. She says Chase appeared to mistake her for a member of the event staff and motioned for her to go away without responding to the offer. Biegel described the interaction as one of her least pleasant celebrity encounters. Chevy Chase has faced public criticism over the years regarding his behavior on film and television sets. In recent interviews, he has addressed controversy surrounding his departure from the television series Community, saying he believes his comments were misunderstood and denying allegations that he is racist. Chase has not publicly responded to Biegel's recent remarks.
Thank you for viewing Streaming News Network videos, and also short and special reports. Please like, subscribe, and tap the bell to be notified of additional reports.